Alright, every region has their own traditional Pokemon. The starters, pseudo-legendaries, 3-stage bug type, 3-stage bird Pokemon. We've done all of that. So it's time for another traditional Pokemon. The Pikachu clone. Ever since the beginning, we've had an electric rodent Pokemon for every region. In Gen 1, we had Pikachu. It could evolve into Raichu. Since then, we've had Pachirisu, Malga, several others that I can't name off the top of my head right now. But the Pikachu clone served as a fan service to recreate that feel of Pikachu. But they knew they were just clones, so they couldn't evolve, and they had their own gimmick outside of being the mascot of the region. They're not very interesting, and they're not very powerful. However, Morpeko had seemingly changed that, being the Pokemon of Marnie, and having two forms, being the first electric and dark type, as all Luxray fans start weeping. So I figured, let's take that up a notch, and make 3 forms for one Pokemon. The Tenrec is an animal that, from Madagascar, it adapted into several different variations. But we need more than just a Tenrec, we need another form of concept. The Triathlon, a series of races with running, swimming, and biking. You know, that thing from Luca. So, I just went from there. The Pikachu clones have had a set of guidelines to show you how you're supposed to make a Pikachu clone, and I just followed those. And now, the Pikachu clone's name is Shinraku. In Pokemon, the Pikachu clones' names are always the same in every language, or just English and Japanese, but I'm sure it's every language. Henshin means transform in Japanese, which this Pokemon does a lot of, because its ability, which I am just thinking of now, just whenever it's in a specific setting, it'll just transform into whatever it needs to have a type advantage. Like if it's going up against a steel type, it'll turn into a water type, or any Pokemon or anything that has an advantage against it. Or if it's at a disadvantage, it'll turn into something else. Reku is just the other half of Tenrec in Japanese. Tenreku. So, Henshin Reku. Henshin Tenreku. Shinreku. This was originally supposed to be a ground type, but I figured out what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to be Sonic related, but I wanted it to be more obvious that its legs were just wheels. And then I started sketching, and then this idea just struck me. What if it makes a bike out of psychic and electric energy? If we can have a duck that uses a plant as a sword, and whatever the timberline is, use wood as bow staff, I think, and that turns into stone for some reason. And you know what, I'm getting off topic. Why not make a psychic mole that can ride a bike using its electric energy? Despite my pet peeve of not liking my designs being just a circle with extra features, this is actually my favorite design out of all of them, aside from the first form where I completely nailed the Pokemon art style. Oh, and something quick, I decided to redact the electric type from the psychic type and the other types I labeled in this video. I feel like it would just take away from the advantage it's supposed to get when it's in a battle. Like, if the last form it's supposed to be a water type, so if it became an electric and water type, a ground type could still do damage to it, so it could just switch to a water type when it's fighting a ground type and then just win. But that's just me. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Last but not least, its swimming form. All my worries came through with this form. It ended up looking like an otter Pokemon. I don't really have a problem with that. It's just I was hoping it will look more original because it kind of just looks like an older version of Oshawott. If Oshawott and Duat had an in-between form. That's why I really need to eat it to make it nail the color palette. I wanted to make it red and dark purple at first, but it just didn't work. So I tried the next best thing, white and pink. And sure enough, it worked for me. I ran into the same problem I had with this form as in the last form. I made the layering a lot more complicated than I needed to. So that kind of made the design take longer than it normally would have. I was trying to make less work for myself by just separating the layers so I could just separate the design and just draw it like I normally, and just draw it without overlapping anything. But I ended up making more work for myself, and that put me in the mood to just not do this. This video was supposed to come out on Friday of last week, but now it's gonna come out on Monday. I'm recording this the Sunday before the video is supposed to come out. Anyway, rant aside, I've learned my lesson and I will never do that again. And the science behind the electric goggles this Pokemon has, it's a bit iffy. I'm going to say it can limit the electricity in its field, so it makes a field where it helps it breathe underwater and it doesn't affect anyone, and it also helps it see underwater. Because the theme I was trying to go for this Pokemon is it had a tool for all its electric components. In its first form, it had electric quills. In its second form, it had an electric bike, and now in this form, it had electric goggles. It was supposed to tie the whole design in together. And I know there might be some complaints that they don't look enough alike. I probably could have done better with that part, but I like how they don't look alike, because most forms just kind of feel too similar. And that's why a lot of favorite designs are Mega Charizard X, because it completely reimagines Charizard. And that's why Mega Charizard Y is hated, because it looks like if Charizard could evolve again, that's just what it would evolve into. Or if it could grow at all. Yeah. Anyway, this is the last Pikachu clone. In the region where I live, no pun intended, school has started again. And I bet you guys figure that you'll see less and less of me, but I decided not to do that. And the only thing really holding me back from posting regularly was my willpower. So I am announcing that I will try my best, not confirming at all, that my videos will happen around every Monday. I already have the next video planned. I haven't designed anything yet, but that's going to change soon. I also am working on the What If Deku series, the thing that a lot of people are excited for. Thank you for your support, leave a like, subscribe, and have a good one.